and that we won't know the true results of the devastation for a while. But we are working hard along with the road to recovery to restore and rebuild a better community. Remember, today is also to think outside the box and learn these tools so that you can forge new paths in real estate to help our community as we prepare for a brighter.
How many of you know what Lombardi time is? How many of you have no idea who Vince Lombardi was? Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. With all the new agents in our classes, they go, "Who's Vince Lombardi?" I just want to punch them in the nose, right? But anyway, so if the average age in the room is 36 years old, that means that half of our life is over. We spend about a third of it sleeping, a third of it playing. That's all the time we have left. And you and I both know we're not guaranteed one moment of that. So I encourage you, manage this space up here. Get in the habit of doing something. If it's not making a list of 10 things you're thankful for every day, get in the habit of doing something. Listen to a podcast, listen to something encouraging to make sure that we manage this space in a way that's positive. The second thing is realize we're not going anywhere of any significance unless our business and our life is based on how we invest in other people. What a great organization to do that with. And the last thing is we need a sense of purpose. Thanks a lot for giving me the privilege of being with you today.
It's everything that I mentioned. You know, from flesh-eating bacteria to E. coli to MRSA to C. diff. It's nasty. But they're treating for mold only. And the processes that they're treating for, everyone is fearful of mold. Well, we're exactly 3 months away from Harvey now. The mold has dried up. As long as you cut the water source, you're going to cut the mold or the danger of mold. What we should be concerned about is mold spores. Because those who have second-story houses, they've moved everything upstairs. Guess what's going to happen when you bring it downstairs? Jim Coates' brother Chuck told a story a couple of years ago about a gentleman that hired a realtor. His wife was going through treatment at MD Anderson, and they did the mold inspections on this multi-million-dollar house. And 6 months after he moved in, he found mold, and took the realtor and the mold inspector to court and won the judgment for $650,000. The mold inspector took his tests and sent it to 2 other labs, and they determined his house did not have mold when he moved in. So the question arose, where did the mold come from? Well, it turns out that this gentleman from the Middle East shipped all of his furniture via cargo into the United States. So it sat in a container, in a very humid, unair-conditioned container for a month before being unloaded into his house. And I think of that every time I drive past a flooded house and I see a pod on the driveway. So they've rescued this furniture, and it's sitting in 100-degree plus weather and Houston humidity, and they're going to move that furniture inside the house. Guess what they're going to have in about 3 to 4 months?
Mark, and starting off with Ed, if you can give us a perspective.
Industry for 20 plus years. I worked for Liberty Mutual as a captive agent for 20 years. And quite honestly, I thought I was going to retire there. I thought I was going to give them another 5 years and enjoy retirement life. Well, things started to shift, and I knew I needed to make a change. At that time, I actually called Allstate and asked them, what do they have to offer? And along the way, I found this franchise with Goosehead Insurance and decided to go work as a broker instead. And I took my retirement and purchased this franchise. I started with one agent, Charles Villamana, that many of you know. Later brought on a second agent, Claudia Hoffman, and we have now been in business for just 2 years. Working our way up, I decided to set myself apart and join a lot of the Hispanic organizations and just, organizations, again, in real estate and in the mortgage business. So I am now a member and board member with
Next steps we need to take with working with clients purchasing homes in this market.
Sure, and you may ask why there's an appraiser and a realtor up here talking about values, because his value is what you ask him to provide, and our value is market value, and market value can sometimes be what you ask Mike to provide, but you can sometimes also ask him to provide historical value, you can ask him to provide lender value, tax appraised value, estate value, and from our perspective, it's what's somebody going to pay for the property once it's flooded? What's somebody going to pay for it if it flooded twice? What will they pay for it if it flooded 3 times? And I personally am very, very interested in that because I'm in the annual floodplain. I did flood during Memorial Day, I did flood during Tax Day, and I had the pleasure of flooding again during Harvey. And I'm a realtor. I've had clients call me and say, hey, my house didn't flood. I'm like, great, mine did. But the answer is that we've got to figure out how to deal with our marketplace. And our marketplace is a resilient marketplace. It's a rebounding marketplace. If you look at after Tropical Storm Allison, which we did for 18 to 24 month period after Tropical Storm Allison, values consistently in the neighborhoods that were affected rose after 18 to 24 months. And they rose substantially on a price per square foot basis. And why do you think that happened?